I need to focus on stacking my bread up. I need to stop getting better than get up. Foot on the neck and I'm never gonna let up. Feel like I'm walking right into a setup.
Yeah.
It's ugly to look at on the outside.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I'm just one of the people who, like, you know, I see things for what they are. You know what I mean? I'm a person, you can't really force camaraderie with anyone. You can't force a connection or a relationship with anyone. But so long as I have something to say, I will express myself in the way that I see fit.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And like, there's no substitute with that. You know, I'm not on any papers. I'm not signed to any record labels or record deals. I've dealt with these people and not have to sign one article of paper. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. I haven't had to sign anything, and I've dealt with some of these individuals. In fact, you know, I understand what's going on, and so long as I have a voice, I'm going to use it.
Funny that you say that. Mm-hmm. So
there you go.
We got PrinceWiser in the fucking building.
Yes,
today.
yes.
Another high-level edition of HHGTV.
Yeah.
Another high-level artist, of course. High-level artistry, high-level everything. Prince, how are you feeling, sir?
Yo, listen, I'm feeling wonderful, man. I'm super happy to be here. You know what I mean?
Have you here?
Yes.
This actually took a while.
Yeah, like I finally made it.
Yeah,
like I finally made it.
It actually took a while. We was just talking on camera how we was at Sean P thing.
Yeah.
That was like was that March?
Yeah.
That was like in March or something like that. Oh yeah, I remember I reached out to you then too as well. So,
yes.
Yeah, this took a while, man.
Definitely did. It definitely did, but I'm glad to be here, man. And big shout out to Hip Hop Gems TV. This is such a wonderful platform. Even just coming in the door, you know, I've met 3-4 talented MCs already. You know, beautiful black people, is wonderful energy, and you know, I'm super duper excited to be here, my man.
I appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely.
Let's get into your story a bit, man.
Yeah.
Tell the folks, who is PrinceWiser?
Okay. PrinceWiser is so many different things. And it's funny that you even said that. I mean, you know, I've been more on my like spiritual journey, you know what I'm saying? Especially due to my lady. Shout out to my lady. She has really been kind of putting me on a path to really getting in touch with myself and my spirituality. And I sat there and just said some affirmations to myself in the mirror earlier, and I didn't address myself as my name, Noah Vincent, Noah Elias Vincent. I didn't address myself as Noah. That person is someone else. That's the old me. I address myself as PrinceWiser, and that's the name that I gave to myself. There's power in that name. That's the name that I chose. It actually just represents who I feel that I am. I believe that I'm a prince. I believe that I am intelligent. I'm growing wiser each and every single day of my existence. And yeah, that's really pretty much how I came up with the name.
Beautifully put, brother.
Yeah.
Beautifully put, man.
Thank you.
I need to ask you, because I know you say your lady had a lot to do with your journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
We both got our ladies in here.
Yes.
Tell us about the power of that, of black women being supportive of us.
Oh my God. Dude, I can't place a monetary value on that. That is something that is legitimately priceless. And I know I can speak for my relationship in particular right now. It's probably just the deepest that I've ever had. Some of the conversations that I'm able to have with her and some of the conversations that I'm even able to have with myself is so different. And immediately I feel the effects of it. And I see the growth and progression within my daily life. It's very important for us, especially as black people, man and woman, for us to be able to support each other, love each other like how we should be loved and cared for, and just know that we all we got at the end of the day. Like, nobody's going to have our backs if not us. You know what I mean? So, you know, like, it's really been wonderful. I can say that. This relationship is fruitful. My relationship with myself, even more important, is phenomenal and ever growing. And I'm really happy. I'm in a good space right now.
Beautiful. Shout out to your queen back there.
Yes.
Shout out to black women. Shout out to my wife. She over here talking. Shout out to you, baby. Shout out to Black Love,
yes.
man. Shout out to Saeed because he ain't here. He married as well. So, so shout out to all this Black Love,
yes.
man. Nah, nigga, go ahead.
Absolutely.
So keep that.
Yes.
Solo run
Blessings.
that. We keeping that. Absolutely. Shout out to all of that, man.
Yeah.
Nothing like having a black woman there or just to be there, like in your corner to and accountability. I was just telling her that earlier. Accountability is incredible. I'll let y'all know my relationship. I've been with a lot of different women. But that accountability,
there you go.
That shit sting like a motherfucker. It is uncomfortable.
Yeah, but it's so necessary.
So uncomfortable.
It's so necessary.
It is though.
Yeah.
It is. It is such a tough apple to bite, bro. Yeah. It is.
I feel you.
But it's like if I don't bite into that, we are going to be stagnant.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And oh man, those things, those levels, those talks, just those, you know, you understand what I'm saying? Just like elevating higher. So like, yo, we can, when we get to a certain point, 20 years from now, we gonna look back on them like, damn, I remember when you was like this and this changed.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to Black Love, babe.
There you go.
Shout out to you.
There you go.
Shout out to you, man.
There's growth in uncomfortability.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And being uncomfortable, you will find growth.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, man. Let's get into some of your earlier influences, man.
Oh, yeah.
We know you from the Bronx.
From the BX, absolutely.
Home of hip-hop.
Yes. And Fat Joe was not one of my influences.
we firing off. Tell us about some of your influences, bro.
Hey, listen. Early influences, I can say, it's so funny, dude. I never thought that I would be a rapper for real. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the funniest parts about all of this is that I didn't necessarily knew that I had a talent. Or better yet, I knew without knowing. It was more like a Last Dragon, Bruce Leroy kind of, the art of knowing without knowing. That's pretty much how it came about for me.
Okay.
I had a lot of friends in middle school. They started off rapping and MCing and as early as middle school. And I always, I used to look at them. I was a fan of rap. I like Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, some of my earlier influences. Juvenile, one of my earlier influences. But, I really soaked up the game from my friends who were MC. And, same old, one of the same old stories and typical tropes that you always hear. We banging on the lunch table. We going crazy. We doing 16s, 32s, the whole nine. And, one of my friends, his name was Mike. They called him Maverick. And he was a phenomenal MC. He was like probably the best in the school, at the time. For a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like I've never seen that. So while I knew I had it in me, it was kind of innate. It was kind of like buried deep in there. And I looked at him and I said, I could do that. No, I could do that better than him. And I remember the night that I told myself that, I went home and I got a piece of paper and I just wrote probably like the illest 16 or however many bars that was before I even knew what a 16 was. I was just writing bars and I showed up. I memorized the whole thing. I spent all day just memorizing the whole thing. And I came in the next day and I spit the rap and everybody's mouth was like,
wow.
Like, I didn't know that kid could do that. And I was just like, yeah, I guess this is what I do now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Yeah, and that's pretty much how it came to be. I like the attention that it gave me. When I was younger, I wasn't necessarily a kid who garnered much attention. I didn't get much attention, and I was a very quiet child. That whole, kids are to be seen, not heard, that kind of thing. So, I held on to that. And for a while, I just wasn't speaking. I didn't feel the need to speak. And I knew I wanted to speak. I had a lot to say. I just didn't know how to get it out. And I wasn't the most expressive with my words at the time. And when I did that rap and I came into school, I said, that's how I do it. This is how I get people to listen and not ostracize me, not make me feel weird, not make me feel a particular type of way. This is how I get people to genuinely listen to me and pay attention to me, and it makes me feel like I'm there. Like I'm a person in the room,
right.
you know. So that's pretty much where it all kind of stemmed from. And then like I liked it, you know what I mean? I like, oh, I kind of like rhyming words and taking this word that I didn't think I could rhyme with this word and putting it together and twisting it up and making it something new. Similes, metaphors, double entendres, triple entendres, all of these things I'm discovering all at the same time. So that's pretty much how it came to be for me, man. But yeah, you know, rap influences, Lupe Fiasco, definitely. Nas, you know.
I hear it.
Yeah. I hear it. Yeah. I appreciate it.
I hear it.
Yes.
I hear it.
Yeah.
I hear it.
I met Lupe Fiasco.
Really?
Yeah. He actually he showed up to my show. I was doing a show for a platform called EOW.
Okay.
That's called End of the Week. It's like a MC competition platform.
Okay.
And I wasn't a part of the competition. However, I was chosen to be like one of the performers. Mm-hmm. So I was like the headline performer for the night. Mm-hmm. And I remember the entire time going to this thing thinking it was negative thoughts. I was just thinking like, yo, I don't even want to do this show. Like, I've done show after show. This must have been like my 200th show of the year.
Right.
And I was just like, yo, man, I've done all of these shows, man. I'm not reaping the benefits. Like, it's costing me money. I'm in the hole. Like, I'm dragging my feet getting there. I got there late. The whole kit and caboodle, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, I didn't perform till a while late, which is one of my pet peeves because I hate, contrary to popular belief, I hate being out all night.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I know I know that's different for MCs. You know, cats like to have late night sessions and, you know what I mean? Like, they'd be like, yo, after the club, we going here. Like, nah, I'm not one of those people. Like, after the club, I'm going home. I'm going to sleep. Like, I'm tired. You know, I got a job, dude. So, you know, I was dragging my feet, man. I ain't performed till like 11:30, like 12 o'clock was midnight. That's hella late for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I finally get on. People done left already. There's nobody there. There's maybe like 3 people I'm performing in front of.
Wow.
And I'm just like, oh, here we go. I'm just dragging my feet. You know, I get up there. But, you know, I'm the type of person also, I give the same performance. It's the same energy level. So I get up there. I'm like, yo, I'm PrinceWiser. You know, I go on about my thing. And just out of nowhere, bro. Like, I'm talking about like maybe 10 minutes into my performance. Nowhere. Like, I'm looking to the side. I'm looking. I see somebody dumb tall, just like standing in front. He's the only person just standing in front. And I'm like, yo, that's Lupe Fiasco, y'all. Yo, dude, I stopped the whole performance, like in the middle of the rap. I cut the rap off, jumped off stage, and hugged him.
Wow.
Like, that's one of my all-time greatest influences.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But a part of that, and, you know, I'm learning this now, also, you shout out to my lady, a part of that was actually manifestation. You know what I mean? I had been listening to Lupe Fiasco the entire time on the way to the venue.
Look at that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The first album, Food and Liquor. I listened to that front to back, got to the venue, performed, and there he showed up.
Yeah.
So, you know, it just goes to show you that, man, like, it starts up here first.
Wow.
It starts up here first, and it manifests itself in the real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it starts up here first. And so long as we keep that in mind, I feel like we'll be able, all of us, especially as black people, we'll be able to get the results that we actually want in life. And be able to reap the benefits of life and live a more fruitful life. But it all starts up here. So that's my story.
I mean, you said a lot there.
Yeah.
Jesus, friend. Oh, I'm glad that.
This is Hip Hop Gems TV. You already know.
Absolutely.
Word.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It seemed like, yo, rap has been like somewhat form of like therapeutic for you.
Absolutely. 1,000%.
You know, and you being able to kind of find your voice or find who you wanted to be in terms of being an MC. Your resume, your work speaks for itself.
Thank you, sir.
So if those who are unfamiliar, you definitely have to get truly familiar.
Oh, listen, tap in with me. It gets crazy.
It gets very crazy. How was it collaborating with Shay Noor?
Oh, man.
Know that.
Yo, dude, shout out to Shay Noor. You know, it's so funny how things work. I was listening to Apollo You know what I mean? I was listening to a lot of Ransom. I was listening to a
shout out Ransom.
Shout out to Ransom. I was
Shout out to Ransom. Shout out to Ransom.
Oh, dude, so much Ransom. Man, I was bumping Static Selector heavy. I was bumping shout out to Static Selector too, by the way. I was bumping 38 Special hard.
Shout out to Spec.
Shout out to 38
shots, by the way.
Yes, I did. Phenomenal. A lot of Stove God cooks. Shout out to Stove God. Shout out to Lord Jamar. Peace to the God.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I was listening to a lot of that. And like the entire time, you know, I was working on my own records. I had a couple records here and there, like just Lucy's, like 16s and whatnot. I linked up with my man Frontier. Shout out to Frontier, who actually produced that record with me and Shay Noir on there. So yeah, he produced it. I did a 16, had a little loose joint, and I thought to myself, I'm like, maybe I should try to reach out to one of these guys so that I can get them on a record with me. I feel like, because when I listen to records, when I'm doing my art, I always listen for who could possibly be a good fit and a good match with me on here. And I was listening and I'm like, yeah, I got something for Shay. This for Shay right here. Yeah, this is dope. So then like I went on her Instagram, and the first thing I seen, miraculously, like on her story, it was like, yo, DM me for collabs. Like collabs open or whatever the case is, right?
Manifestation.
You feel me?
Again.
Yeah.
Again.
So I DM'd. I was like, yo, you know, I got an inquiry about a collaboration, and there was an email there. Somebody sent me an email. Emailed. We talked. Boom. Made it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Song is ridiculous.
I appreciate that, sir.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Yo, big shout out to Shay Noir. Yo, you know, yo, big shout out to her even for fucking with me on it, because like even like you never know. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you send beats and like you know 16s to people and you don't know, like, you don't know if they just doing it for the bag. You don't know if they actually fuck with it. You don't know nothing. You know what I mean? And even just her voice on it, just her taking the time out to even write the 16 and record it, that let me know, okay, she fucks with me.
Yeah.
Because she's not just jumping on anything. She's not just going to put her name on anything. So if she's going to put her name on something, it's going to be a solid product. And that's when I knew, okay, I got something solid. You know.
Ridiculous.
Thank you, sir.
I say it again.
That mean a lot, dude.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
We know you dropped earlier this year.
Yeah. Good old Grotto, too, man. Shout out to my guy, Wu-Tang Raised Me on Instagram. That's my guy, Flu Season. My man Flu Season actually did the artwork here. And that's
SS Gun Hill.
Yes, SS
Fire.
Gun Hill. Yeah,
Fire.
I made sure he put that on there. Yeah, but you know, man, he did this is Grotto 2.
Yes.
So he did the Grotto 1 artwork and he did the Grotto 2 artwork.
Why the sequel?
Huh?
Why did you want to do the sequel?
Oh, why'd I want to do a sequel? Oh, okay. All right, so in order to know pretty much how the sequel came about, you definitely would have to know how the original came about.
So let's get into it.
Yeah. So the original came about, you know, I was home. I hit up a couple of my favorite producers. All of the producers that are on here are on the first one as well. Shout out to First Official, Soul Dad Brother, International MC, who actually worked with Ad 2, the MC.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to my man Alan T, who's on the first one. Yeah, so all of these brothers, they're probably some of my favorite producers. And I reached out to them and I just said, hey, listen, you know, just send me a batch of beats. I see what I can cook up. Simultaneously, I was home on the couch. I'm sitting there watching TV, flicking through, and James Bond comes on. You know the one with Daniel Craig is James Bond.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So 007 Skyfall comes on. So you know that scene in Skyfall where you get like the black chick. I don't know her name. I think it's like Penny something, whatever.
I forget her name as well.
I think she's like the new M, something crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, so like she shoots 007, right? And he falls off of the cliff and falls down to the water, and everybody, you know, the credits roll, and everybody thinks he's dead or whatever. And then like he swims out into like an island. He's kind of just apparently been just hiding out on the island or whatever. And he has this beach house, a very, very beautiful beach house. And this dude is like laying there in his underwear, and it's like coils, like it's just like everything. It's just mad beauty. He's just laying there chilling. It's 007 chilling. And that was pretty much the premise for the entire project itself. Just the imagery. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there, I'm watching TV, I'm like, all of this looks beautiful. It's beautiful sea imagery. You see just clams, you see pearls, you see all of this beauty, right? And I was like, I want to make music that sounds like that. I want to make music that makes you feel like that. I want it to be sexy. I want it to be sleek. I want it to be, grandiose. Right. I want explosions. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the mode that I get into creatively. Let me go ahead and try to make music that sounds like what it is that you're looking at. You know? So I actually had the artwork done first for Grotto.
Okay.
So I came to my boy with the idea, and I said, hey, listen, I want like a portrait of me, and like I want like sea imagery. And that's kind of what he painted. The first one was like a portrait of me, and it was just sky, blue, everything. Yellow, blue, that kind of color scheme. And I was like, yeah, I can make music that sounds like that. Sleek, sexy, it's artistic, it's beautiful. You got instruments playing. You got saxophone playing, right? And that was the premise for the entire project. That's how that project came to be. And I was like, I'm going to do 5 records and just throw it out there, see how it does, put it on my Bandcamp. And dude, I mean, I put like little snippets here on Instagram, and it sold.
Wow.
It sold. It did tremendously well. You know, the numbers went from 20 people, then 30 people, then 40 people, then 100 people.
Wow.
You know, for that album. And I'm like, damn, I did 100 people on this one album. This might be time for us. I can do more. I can do double. Because that was only 5 records. I can do more. I can do 8. I can do 10.
Okay.
Right? So what made me want to do a sequel pretty much was just I had more of that idea still kind of left over in me. And I was like, no, I like this whole saxophone, hip-hop, sexy vibe that I got going on. Let's continue it. Let's elevate it, make it more lyrical, make it beautiful and lyrical. And that's how, like, the second one kind of came to be. So that's pretty much the mind state I was in during the second time recording. Just beautiful, lyrical. You got jazz. You got hip-hop influence, you know.
Your music is definitely...
Yeah.
And sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good, man.
But you gotta definitely... You have, like, a lot of things going on musically.
Yeah.
Like you just said, from jazz.
Yes.
I even heard you, like, singing.
Yeah.
Like, you tap into just, like, every bit of, like, artistry.
Yes. Yeah.
Incredible work.
I appreciate that. You know what I mean?
I say that like I said again.
Yeah.
Being able to be versatile.
Yes.
Singing and adding on different instruments, jazz, and you giving us. I like to call that when I hear you sing like that, you remind me of like a Sunday brunch kind of feeling.
And that's what I was trying to convey.
Right.
So when you go ahead and you look at something like this and you hear the music, you're like, oh, okay, I'm in a relaxed state.
Right.
I'm in a relaxed mood. This is a sunny day. This is a beautiful day. I can listen to this.
Like this is sun going down.
Yeah.
I'm walking to, Havana's, whatever.
There you go. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With a fucking mimosa.
There you go.
And that's the vibe.
Your fine woman there. You sexy. You're dressed to the nines.
And that's the vibe. That's the vibe you definitely provided on this one, man.
Yeah.
Message.
Yes.
Message in the music, bro.
Yeah.
What would you say what your message is?
And
not even just from this project.
Yes.
And everything that you put out.
Absolutely. The universal message for all of my projects is black empowerment.
I was hoping you was going to say that.
Oh, yeah. You know I'm going to say that.
I know you was going to say that.
Black empowerment and the future of black artistry, the future of mankind as we know for black folks. We do have a future, ladies and gentlemen. I want people to understand that first and foremost. And the future is going to be incredible. And I'm not talking about like technology and different things that we have access to. I'm talking about the willpower of black people, the willpower that we inherently possess. It's extraordinary, really, to tell you the truth. So my message that I like to preach is ownership. I like to preach ownership. I like to preach black empowerment. And I feel like, you know, I'm one of those voices that I'm gonna plant my flag in the sand on that. You know?
I seen you tweet the other day, you more Malcolm than Martin.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Something that shout out to my pops, but something that I've been saying for years since he introduced me to the studies. Tell us about, what does Malcolm mean to you?
Our resolve is the same. You know, I feel like everybody did when they saw the Malcolm X movie, and at the very end of the movie, specifically, Spike Lee puts that we all are Malcolm X, right? And that's all of us as black people inhabiting this earth under a system of white supremacy. And it's important that we acknowledge that white supremacy exists and that it is a system meant to hold us back, keep us down, and make sure that we are a permanent underclass in society. So it's very important that we know that this has been America's very, very racist past in order for us to be able to say, okay, here's how we're supposed to move in the future. And the only way for us to get there is to acknowledge the past and say, hey, look, you know what? The emphasis needs to go back to us having real ownership and real freedom, not faux freedom. The onus needs to be on actually owning our industry. We're hip-hop artists, you know what I mean? We're artists in general, all of us here in this room. There's no reason why we as black people, we don't own the very microphones that we use to speak. We don't own the microphones. We don't own anything of consequence. We don't own industry.
No.
We don't own anything in hip-hop. And the people that own hip-hop, you got Vivendi. I know people are scared to say that. You have your corporations, your Vivendis. The people that own and run hip-hop, they don't look like me and you. But why is that? And we have to, the past is the best indicator of the future. We have to have a thorough analysis of these things and be able to sit down and say, hey, listen, you know, hip-hop was sold. Even with that saying, the game is to be sold, not told. That is an incorrect statement. We should tell. This is the only time in which I probably endorse snitching. If you're gonna snitch on massa, then absolutely, you know. But yeah, the game should be told, never sold. So I want to leave y'all with that.
That's a gem.
Yeah.
That was a damn good one.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here,
oh, absolutely.
Let us know what you got going. I know you was just featured on the joint.
Yes.
What can we expect for you? I want to say late this year, going into 2023.
Oh man, look. Shout out to those brothers that I actually did the collab with. Shorts, my man Oakland Winthrop, Buddy Lofton. It was their record, right? And they pretty much reached out to me and said, yo, Prince, got something for this? Automatically, you know the results of that. You know what I'm saying? I had more than enough for it. I said, oh yeah, let me get that right there. You know, let me take care of that. So, you know, that whole thing came to be. Shout out to those brothers. What you can expect from me, definitely more videos. More me being on more honorable, respectable platforms such as your own, brother.
Wow.
Yes, I would love to come kick it with you again, obviously. Just expect more of everything from me, more podcasts, more interviews, just a whole litany of content. You know, right now I also want to do a show. I probably shouldn't even speak on that. All right. But yes, it's gonna be a whole lot. If
it's there, I'm tuning in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be cool.
Definitely, man. Like, yo, man, you, like I said, even aside from your music, man, like I'm constantly in stories, man. I think everything that you post is like spot on.
No, I mean, you do. That means a lot.
So, PrinceWiser, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
If you don't know, you need to know, man. ASAP. If you don't know, you need to get familiar.
There you go. Get familiar. Get connected.
Absolutely, man.
Yes.
Brother.
Yo, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Highly appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely, man. HHGTV.
Yo.
PrinceWiser, man.
There you go. We out of here.
Yo, man. What the fuck? Amazing.
I need to focus on stacking my bread up. I need to stop talking about it and get up. Foot on their neck and I'm never gonna let up. Feel like I'm walking right into a setup. Wasn't supposed to be me, I wasn't supposed to be leader, but now I'm way better. Talent you can't even measure. Got it together and now I be fucking their head up. I was just playing it back. Wasn't the star of the show, but I move like an extra. I was just working the lab. Wasn't a part of the man, but I did it like Dexter. I see the challenge ahead of us. I see the titans of parody silent is getting us. I see the God that invented us. 332 BC, the book of Leviticus. Nigga was playing as Genesis. All of a sudden the game is depicting the end of us.